On that afternoon, you bust into my home all riled up.
Miss Ella.
Oh, you were. You were now. You were upset. It was all in you. You came into a wonderful afternoon. An afternoon you could have joined. And before we could get our hellos out good, you snipped at Miranda.
Well, yeah, folks, so I know that we've already passed the mid-season finale, and I believe for right now, this should be one of, if not my final House of Payne videos until the show comes back, probably sometime, if I had to guess, maybe October. Yeah, because I don't know when the Oval, if it is coming back. If it is, it's probably still going to be Tuesday night, but I'm talking about Family Fun Night. So, yeah, I wanted to revisit a scene from, I forgot the episode number. Look, I know it was a few episodes for the mid-season finale, but it's when Ella shows up at the condo to try to make peace with Laura. And as you saw at the beginning of this video, Ella finally calls out Laura for the victim mentality because, well, to be completely honest, even though this scene did happen, it still did nothing to successfully show Laura the error of her ways, where on the one hand, I see where she's coming from, but on the other, you cannot in good faith look back at the season 13 mid-season season finale House of Love and act like Laura wasn't rightfully on the opposite end of the smoke she received from the Payne family because of the way she came up in the house and started going at Miranda. Ella so delicately tried to explain, Laura, how would you feel if, you're in the condo with my son and I don't know, one of your friends happens to be here and Miranda or I or Janine or Curtis or whoever came up into your abode and then started disrespecting your guest, how would you react? And then Laura, even though it seemed like, oh, now she's finally getting it. Well, it's like, well, it wasn't meant to come across that way, but it did. That's how it happened. So for her to still act like, well, yeah, I can admit, I was a bit angry, but how about you admit you and the family came at me, you disrespected me. You receive, basically, what's that saying? Laura, you put out a certain negative vibe or energy the moment you came through the door of a house that didn't belong to you. But then when the occupants of said space return that same energy that you put out, you're the victim. How the hell does that make sense? That doesn't make any sense. And I'm glad Ella took that moment to call Laura out because, a lot of people have been hard on me for the way I've been talking about Ella not being honest about not liking Laura. But to me, it's really made... Look, season 14 has not been a good season for either Laura or Ella. They're trying to make it where you sympathize with Ella, but to be honest, she's no better than Laura in the way she's been presented and the way she's been acting. But yeah, I'm glad it was finally a situation where Ella held the mirror to Laura. That's why I don't know why the writers did not think of doing this. But, and I've said this at least 20 damn times on the channel, go back to House of Love. Jasmine was setting up for her journalism class project for the interviews with the women of the family, and she had her camera set and ready. Why not have it where she accidentally recorded the entire altercation and then they could have played it back and then it would have been like, oh, but to be completely honest, I think that even if this footage or the audio was played back for Laura, her mom, her dad, this girl would still be like, well, they still disrespected me. It's like, Heifer, you're the one who, you know what? Nah. But yeah, I'm glad Ella finally took the moment. But either way, it didn't matter because guess what? Laura just got in her evil temper bag and then fled the scene, leaving Calvin and Ella like, what the heck just happened? So yeah, I'm glad Ella finally took that moment to call out Laura, but yeah, it really didn't do much of a difference because she's still feeling some kind of way. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next video.